care more about Greg being blurry all the time.
It's funny because I keep seeing Kevin be blurry, but I don't see John be blurry.
Because I'm a goddamn spark of joy and sunlight in this world of sadness.
I really wish you guys would stop saying I'm blurry like it's my fault.
Whose fault do you think it is?
I mean, fucking Mr. Internet. I didn't.
Mr. Internet.
Say,
is there
Wait a minute. Did you make the other Jews mad? Because I thought you guys controlled everything. Is that what happened?
I won't be laughing at anti-Semitic humor unless I produce it.
That's fair.
That's pretty much how it goes.
History Defeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
Welcome to History Defeats Itself, a comedy podcast that looks at events or people from the past and wonders, why do we never learn from our history? Only one of us knows the topic, and the other two don't do shit. They are left in the dark, learning as we go right along with you. My name is Kevin. As always, I am joined by my bestest of friends, Greg and John. Greg and John, happy holidays to you both. How are you doing?
Oh, very well. Happy holidays to you.
Yes.
Kind gentlemen, sirs, as well.
John, you are the resident holiday fan. What are you doing for this Christmas season?
So Courtney and I, every Christmas, we like to hunt the greatest animal of all, man. Mm-hmm. So we will be going to a tropical island.
We do that for
Hanukkah.
Well, Courtney is Jewish, so...
Yeah. But she doesn't practice.
Oh.
So, yeah. No, we're going to Thailand.
Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So that'll be fun.
Do they celebrate Christmas in Thailand?
I don't know, nor do I care.
Why would you go to a non-Christmas place during Christmas?
Because I'm an atheist and Santa's not real.
But did you say? Wait, what was the second part?
Santa? He's not real.
Dude.
Wait, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll put it this way. Santa is as real as Jesus.
Okay, that I agree with.
Yeah, but Jesus is better looking.
He is. And he works out all the time.
Yeah, that guy's abs are to die for.
I don't think he puts in the hours in the gym like you think he does. I think it just came to him.
It just happens.
If your dad is God, you automatic get abs.
Yeah, you can't be your dad can't be God and you just look like a pile of shit. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah.
No one's gonna follow you.
Well, he chiseled him out of stone. So I think I don't know how Jesus came to be.
That sounds right. I'm not going to argue with you.
Made him
I
mud or
just want
something.
to follow John's religious ideology because for
Greg,
a little while
what are you looking at right now?
Yeah,
I'm doodling Jesus. It's how I...
Remember, this is a video podcast now, so when you're talking, you're just staring down.
I know. I'm staring down because I was
disinterested in what we're saying. I get it.
I am very interested. Sorry if my body language is showing that I'm not interested. I'm
sorry
very
that
interested.
my body language, my face, my voice, everything about my person is showing I'm not interested. I'm sorry.
Can I go ahead and hit this button?
Is that where your button is?
Turn off that. No, I just wanted to cover up the camera.
His button's in his butthole.
Okay, I got to make sure to really make good eye contact with both of you guys. I don't know which one to look at.
Now you just look like you had a facelift or something.
Yeah, that's good.
So, Kevin, what are you doing for the holiday season?
I was going to say something.
I'm sorry.
Let
Because
Greg talk.
John, I'm trying to stay
Relevant?
caught up with John because for a while you're like agnostic and then you were full-blown atheist and then you went agnostic because when we did that episode, you're like, yeah, I think there probably is some kind of a fucking thing out there. I don't know if it's like Atari but it's like some higher power. And now you're back to being an
You said
atheist.
Atari?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Some
Like the
people
video
believe in
game?
Video games.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
So I just want to know, are you cemented again in being an atheist?
I'm just lazy. I'm non-committal. That's really what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. See, for me, that means that you're not an atheist because being an atheist takes work.
That's true.
Does
I
it
am
though?
too lazy.
I think it does because you have to be like, fucking don't believe in God, and you
Right.
spend all your time giving people shit. I don't think you waste
I mean,
that
you
much
can't
energy.
really be a practicing atheist. You just do your normal shit without God. Like, how's that practicing?
Because I think most of them are negative, and they're like always in people's shit going,
I guess here it is. I don't care enough to try to convince anyone about anything anymore. Like, believe whatever you want to believe. I don't care.
That makes
but
me
I'm
so
saying
happy.
This is why you're such a good leader.
Because he literally doesn't give a fuck about...
We're going to do whatever we want, and everybody just take care of yourself. Let's go.
We're going to do whatever we want. And when are we going to do it? He's like the worst cheerleader ever.
Let's take a nap first.
When are we going to do it? Never!
Doesn't matter.
Who cares? Get off my back.
Yeah.
God, now I'm super like self-conscious about whether I look at my notes or not. How am I going to do this?
Well,
I gotta
it
read a
wasn't
bunch
about
of
your
pages.
notes. You were talking, and was that
notes.
part of
Look,
your
I made
notes? Did you
doodles.
write that whole intro part? Because you didn't know what I was going to say.
Shut up, Kevin.
And if you're going to be insecure about something, I can give you a list of things you should be insecure about. That's not one of them.
John, I already got
Oh, it's
your
on my
email.
list for him.
I sent it by carrier pigeon.
Yeah, so Kevin, who's all pasty and bangy, is going to talk to me about things I should be insecure about.
I thought my color was better today.
Nope.
No.
Worse.
No.
No. Terrible.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram, although I haven't posted anything in a while. But follow us anyway. We're also, remember that we are on YouTube. All of these episodes are also on video. So if you want to see my skin tone and decide how pale it is on a scale of I don't know, Greg to John. I don't know. You guys look pretty. You guys look pretty close. Like you guys are pretty much the same skin tone. Greg's a little lighter.
I'm super dark.
You
I
are
mean, your
looking
room
kind of
is dark.
olive-y.
Well,
your room's dark.
Yes,
I have a lot
my
of
room's
lights
dark.
in my
I think
face
if
right
I
now.
do this,
And I'm pretty sure it's Kevin's computer monitor that makes him look so incredibly bright.
yeah,
Is that
in
better?
his face. It's his monitor and his hereditary nature.
I thought you
I
were
am
gonna say herpes.
Swedish.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Does herpes make you look brighter?
Just wait.
I told you that in confidence, Greg.
Did you say does herpes make you look brighter?
Yeah, because I thought he was going to say herpes instead of hereditary.
Oh.
Have you guys seen that movie Hereditary?
Oh, I thought there was a movie called Herpes.
I mean, they're not
different
called
movie.
herpes, but there's lots
I remember herpes. That was really good. We saw that in health class in high school. Just herpes.
Done.
Remember looking at
Ow.
all those close-ups of genitalia with outbreaks?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how hot it was, and you're just like, I gotta go home and masturbate.
I remember going like, "Oh, we're gonna see." Ooh, oh no, that's awful. That is awful. But I'm still gonna masturbate to it
Yeah. Well, because it's genitalia.
because it's 1994 and there's no internet yet, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
God, we were all sitting around going, I can't wait till they invent
I can't wait till the internet comes. I'm gonna watch so much porn.
I'm tired
Well,
of
actually, no.
masturbating.
I'm gonna look at porn pictures that go like this as they load on the screen, and you get there's a boob. Oh,
I came.
okay, I'm done.
You're like, is that a lip or a nipple? Is that a lip or a no? It's a lip.
It's a lipple?
Yep, lipple.
At least there were thumbnails. That helped. All right, well, that's all I got. Greg, did you prepare an episode for this week?
Is it about thumbnails?
You know, I most certainly did, gentlemen. And I'm very excited to share it with the two of you.
Good.
Especially this episode. You know why? Because it it originates in John's favorite state. What is that, John?
Texas.
Hi.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
You went you went figurative. I like that. Or emotional. Or no, it's Massachusetts.
Hey, all right.
Yay! So I'm sorry if I'm kind of fired up tonight. As you could tell, I'm in my pre-Mexican food mode right now. And as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to go get me some chip salsa Cadillac margaritas.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It does sound nice. And why do you think people can tell? I'm just curious. Is it because of the snazzy shirt you have on?
Yeah, no, I'm all hyper. I'm all hyped up, man. And everyone, they probably don't know it yet. They can't articulate the way I'm sounding, but now that they found out I'm
Right.
pre-Mexican food eating,
Yeah.
they're like,
They knew
yeah.
something was different.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
nailed it, Greg.
Yeah. Well,
Are you talking to yourself now?
Yeah, no, I'm talking as if I'm a listener. I'm the listener, like the singular listener.
Is the topic Mexican food in Massachusetts?
God, it should be.
Sorry.
I wonder how good
Massachusetts.
Mexican food is in Massachusetts.
I don't know. I've never been.
Well, there's
Wait,
no
no.
such
Yes, I
place.
have. But just to the airport.
They have a lot of pooped theme parks.
They do.
Poop-themed parks? Poop-themed theme parks?
Yeah, because it's Massachusetts.
All right, guys.
See,
Should I get to the topic?
Sure.
Please.
Because you got to get to
I've only-
Mexican food when, speaking of poop.
Right. Today's topic: the Great Molasses Flood. Dun dun dun.
Of what year?
It's coming. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
2021.
Didn't get a lot of press because there's a whole bunch of other shit happening.
There was some other stuff going on, so people just sort of glossed over the Massachusetts molasses flood. Was that it?
It's a molasses flood, and it happened, guys. It did.
It was very slow flood.
Was it a
The
flash flood?
source of which was a 50-foot tall steel holding tank located on Commercial Street in Boston's North End. Its sugary sweet contents were the property of United States Industrial Alcohol. That's the name of a company. I didn't know you could name a company that.
United States Industrial Alcohol? I think that's
trying.
misleading unless they have a lot of booze in there.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I
That's
want
what
industrial-sized barrels of
that's
bourbon.
what molasses is used for.
What?
Alcohol?
Yeah, this might be the second episode that we've done that involves a failure of some kind of tank. But
So we should stop.
Way to
using
give
tanks?
away the ending.
well, I mean, shit. Okay.
Should we
So-
move to more of a put everything in tiny bowls?
All right. You know, it's not as funny as it sounds.
Well, if you knock over one bowl, there's like a million bowls you didn't knock over. So
I'm glad it's not as funny as it sounds, considering we're doing a comedy podcast.
I'm glad it's not as funny. I hate you, Kevin. All right, guys. The United States Industrial Alcohol, that's for sure made up, by the way, which took regular shipments of molasses from the Caribbean and used them to produce alcohol for liquor and munitions manufacturing. The company
wait,
has built-
wait,
Wait.
wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
you
yeah,
gotta-
you can use
We need to talk.
You used to use molasses for munitions.
How?
I don't-
How?
I'm not a chemist. I don't know. I found this article. It said it there, and I'm like, I believe you article on the internet.
You're like, why would they lie about that?
Yeah, it's stupid. But that's what it was used for. Munitions manufacturing. The alcohol for sure. Okay,
Oh, you know
so
what? Actually, I know what it's used for. Never mind.
What?
I can't tell you.
Okay, I like that. A little mystery. I like John's always mysterious.
Factories such as the one in Boston, run by the Purity Distilling Company in the early 1900s, distilled molasses to create ethanol. This was a key component in creating munitions during World War I. To convert molasses into ethanol, distillers rely on fermentation.
See that? So Kevin and I both did the research, and we both knew the topic.
I knew that off the top of my head.
You,
too.
John.
I didn't read any of that.
I was guessing that what they did is they filled all the bullets with molasses, and then you would crack open the bullet and put it on your pancakes.
That's the friendliest war ever.
It was a great
they
hot
throw-
cake war of 1842.
They fling pancakes at you like Krispies, and then they send these bullets.
Well, think about it. Like it sticks to you, right? And then you get dirt in there, and you got this icky, sticky shit, and you're annoyed, and you don't feel clean. And
So
you
they
go
put
home.
you put just like a little bit of syrup or something on it, and then you just launch them, and one hits each eye, and they're like, ah, and then
Yeah.
you just shoot them.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
You don't even have to shoot them because I think John's onto something. The way we should fight wars in the future is just making everybody just incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
you
mean,
don't even-
honestly, in this day and age, people don't like that.
no, nobody does.
Back then, everybody was uncomfortable, so you had to shoot people.
Right? How come we haven't evolved?
Yeah, nowadays you
don't
just
even-
make people really just, like give them the heebie-jeebies, and it'll be like, okay, you win.
I
World
don't
War
even
III
like,
is
like walking on the beach, get my feet all sandy, and
No,
it takes forever
no,
to
terrible.
brush off.
World War III is just gonna. Your front line is gonna be a bunch of people with acid reflux who just drink a bunch of coffee, so they all throw up. And the other side
It's
is
like they took
"Oh,
all
no,
our supplies and they just left us with coffee and orange juice and spicy foods.
It burns so much.
They make everyone drink Bloody Marys in the morning. Like, oh, it's coming back. I got some agita, man. I can't fight in this war.
Give me some of that cheese pizza right there. That'll help.
You have soldiers that are only lactose intolerant. And you give everyone like ice cream and milk every day. You're like, I'm late for the war. I'm stuck in the latrine.
The latrines. Lot of latrines. Like just walls of latrines.
Right.
It's
it won't be called WW3. It would be the latrine war. That's what it would be called.
It's like a festival. Like Pearl Jam's playing. And there's just banks of fucking shitters. And like no toilet paper.
No.
Why is Pearl Jam playing?
I don't know. I feel like they would want to play at the festival.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. We haven't gotten to the disaster yet.
I like ours better. I like our
Yeah,
made
this
up
is
disaster.
better. The company had built the tank in 1915 when World War I had increased demand for industrial alcohol. But the construction, and probably regular alcohol.
Probably. But that was during Prohibition, I think, right? Or no, that was later.
I don't know.
That was 1918.
But the process had been rushed and haphazard. The containers started to groan and peel, and it often leaked molasses onto the street. At least one USIA employee warned his bosses that it was structurally unsound. Yet, outside of recocking it, the company took little action.
Wait. Recocking didn't work? I mean,
Shocker.
that's always step one, and it rarely goes to step two.
Do you know what the problem was? It was a liquid fuel, not a solid fuel.
Oh.
They should have had that shit from that infomercial where you just slap the tank with the
Flex Seal?
Flex Seal.
Yeah,
Should've just
Flex Seal.
Flex Seal the whole fucking. Why didn't they do that?
Or a ShamWow. Just wipe everything down.
Yeah, that could have.
Wrong.
Definitely.
That infomercial's not going to work, John.
Oh, sorry.
God, what a dick. Yeah.
But what about those really sharp knives that never go dull?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, cutting through molasses. That
Cutting through molasses.
won't be good.
That you could use them to cut the old caulk out before you recaulk it.
You just wanted to say cock twice.
Yeah, kind of.
Cock.
Hey, so shocker, by 1919, the largely Italian and Irish immigrant families on Commercial Street had grown accustomed to hearing rumbles and metallic creaks emanating from the tank. Guys, on January 15th, 1919, temperatures on the afternoon were over.
I don't know. There's a bird flying above the tank.
Yeah, that's what happened. He pooped on it, and that was it. Dude, it's a good thing that happened in 1919. You know how many car alarms would be going off if it happened today? Okay, guys. So on January 15th, it was unusually warm.
Oh.
It's 40 degrees. And in January in Boston, you're not going to get 40 of them. You're going to get like one or two, not 40 degrees. So
Probably climate change.
Well, that started early.
Boston Strong.
Commercial
Boston
Street.
Strong.
I'm painting a picture. Commercial Street hummed with the sound of laborers, clopping horses, and a nearby elevated train platform. At the Engine 31 firehouse, a group of men were eating their lunch while playing a friendly game of cards. What were they
kind of
eating for
cards?
lunch? I don't fucking know.
What kind of card game?
Yeah, what game?
about
What
to
were they
eat
playing?
whatever they were about to fucking eat was going to have a lot of molasses.
What if they were eating pancakes?
That would have worked.
It would have been fantastic.
I like how they're playing a friendly card game. What would that be? Like Uno? Like what is like
No. Nope. When you get reversed, you get pissed.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
that is kind of that
Alright,
game.
draw
That game
four?
kind of sucks. Actually,
Yeah.
pisses me off. I get very angry at Uno.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Near the molasses tank, 8-year-old Antonio D'Estasio, his sister Maria, and another boy named Pascal Ioantasca were gathering firewood for their families. See, John, I just kind of went through those names. No way I pronounced them right.
No, all of them were wrong.
Yep. At his family's home,
Pascal
When John is telling you pronounce something wrong, that is
Yeah.
not good.
No.
Yeah. I'm the one that started by saying I didn't pronounce it right.
I know. I just piled on to what you were saying.
And I piled on to that
Yeah.
and really beat the dead horse.
At his family's
Died in
home
molasses.
overlooking the tank, I'm sure they got a real sweet deal on that house overlooking a fucking tank. Bartender Martin Clardy was still
Why are the
dozing in
shades
his-
always drawn on this side of the house? It doesn't matter. There's nothing to see out there.
just a rumbling tank.
Yeah,
got
there's
all
nothing
these
out there. I just don't
names?
need to look on that. No, do you want to sign the papers now, or
You can hear the
pre-approved?
bird. Caw, caw.
So anyway, Martin Clardy was still dozing in his bed, having put in a late night shift at his saloon, the Pen and Pencil Club. Now,
Drinking.
listen.
Late night shift.
Yeah. I don't think you can call it a saloon if it's the Pen and Pencil Club.
yeah, that's a very poorly named saloon.
Yeah, saloon's like illicit, like a cowboy theme,
Yeah.
like the shoot 'em up corral or whatever
Yeah,
you
it
want
should be like "fuck
the
you,
Pen and Pencil
motherfuckers."
Club.
That's what it should be called.
No, they're doing a bunch of fucking crosswords in the Pen and Pencil Club.
You should would you like a bar should
Writing
be called
poetry.
Scurvy and Polio Saloon.
Better.
That is, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Pen and Pencil Club was not long for this world.
Oh,
At
now
around 12:40 p.m., the mid-afternoon calm was broken by the sound of a metallic roar. Before residents had time to register what was happening, the recently refilled molasses tank ripped wide open and unleashed 2.3 million gallons of dark brown sludge. A rumble, a hiss, some say a boom, and a swish, that rhymed, and the wave of molasses swept out, the Boston Post later wrote. A 15-foot wall of
15
syrup.
feet?
15-foot fucking wall.
was anyone surfing that? Sitting in the tube?
Very
tough to get up
slowly.
on.
That's a good place to learn how to surf, actually, because
Fuck
you're
you
just like,
slowly.
oh.
It was, you think, I made that same mistake too. It was not slow. Okay? Because listen to this sentence.
Okay.
Oh, it was the same sentence. A 15-foot wall of syrup cascaded over Commercial Street at 35 miles per hour. You know how fucking fast syrup's got to be fucking going to get it? You know, 35.
35. Yeah, you just told us.
35. I still think it'd be a good place to learn how to surf, though, because I feel like that's slower than, you know, a
Is
big
it
kahuna.
possible? Is it
No,
possible?
those waves are going maybe like 9 miles an hour.
What, in the ocean?
Yeah. They're not-
Come on.
Yeah, look it up.
All right.
How many
You
mph
keep
is-
going. I'm using the Google
It's going to
machine.
talk about. It's probably going to say knots because stupid fucking liquid. They should have.
Do you know
called,
what? Do you know what the difference between a knot and a mile per hour is?
the speed?
One's on water, one's on land. You stupid fuck.
Yeah, that's why. Oh my god! Okay.
I know.
Who's the stupid fuck now?
Me. It's always me.
All right. Greg's smarter than he looks.
Is
I
it 8
say?
miles per hour?
It's the average beach break moves at about 7 to 10 miles per hour. The really fast one, a surfer might go up to 20 miles per hour.
All right, that's just one more piece of information that I guessed that and was right. That's how that works.
You know what, John? I hate when Greg's right. I'm totally editing all that out.
Can
You're
can
too
we
lazy.
monetize this? Greg's
True.
gift at guessing facts accurately.
I'll split it with you guys.
All right.
All right, guys. So, you know, it obliterated all the people, horses, buildings, and, next page,
Still can't believe you put your notes
electrical
out.
holes in its path. Even the solid steel
Did you say
supports of the
electrical holes?
Electrical poles.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
What
Not
are
the
electrical
electrical holes.
Don't fill in those electrical holes with molasses. Even I know that's bad.
And Kevin doesn't know shit.
And I am not very smart. Especially when it comes to electronical holes.
Remember in the last episode when John said electoral college?
No, electrical college.
No.
Ben-
That
Ben
was
we
that was
said
like 57 episodes ago.
No, that was the original one. But then in the last one, there was a reference to it, and he said
Electoral.
electoral college, and then
Yeah.
Kevin, you said electrical college, and I was listening to that, and I was really wondering if John said electoral because he made a mistake and he didn't know it was electoral or I couldn't tell if he was fucking with us or not.
Sure.
Well, I'm glad we figured that one out.
That mystery is going to go on, I guess. Okay, guys. So even the solid steel supports of the elevated train platform were snapped. Antonio D'Estasio,
Jesus.
Maria D'Estasio, and Pascal in Tosca were all instantly swallowed by the torrent. Maria was suffocated to death by molasses, and Pascal was killed after being struck by a railroad car. I mean, is that related? Must have been.
No, he died 2 years later. They just threw it in the article. Tragedy strikes again from the only survivor of the molasses wave.
Yeah, that's kind of a... It's kind of... I created these characters, and then what do? I kill them off in the second act. It's not okay.
Wait a minute. You made these people up?
Very Shakespearean of you.
It is.
It turned into Game of Thrones. Where the leads... I killed the leads.
The brown wedding? Is that what... Molasses is brown, right?
Molasses is indeed brown.
The brown wedding sounds quite a bit different than that, though.
Yeah, I went to this wedding. It was really beautiful, and then everybody started shitting on each other. It's really gross. And I wore a white suit. Would have chose differently.
Yeah, it was not the best time to break out the white suit. First and last time I wore that.
That's your idea of a bad wedding, I guess. Everybody's different, John.
Everybody's different. That's true.
Remember that. So the Boston Globe would later write that the force of the molasses wave caused buildings to cringe up as though they were made of pasteboard.
What is pasteboard?
Pasteboard, it's remember when you were in kindergarten you used to eat paste?
Yeah.
So imagine that now, but being a board.
Do you remember when you used to eat paste and afterwards you're like, that's kind of boring?
You're pasteboard.
You're pasteboard. You're over paste.
Yeah.
I don't think you ate it right. Eating paste is anything but boring.
I've been eating paste for 47 years, kid. Let me show you how it's done.
What's that show? Like my Crazy Addiction or something like that, where people just fucking eat things they're not supposed to eat.
I don't know.
Most of the things
like what?
we
Like nails?
Like fucking like
avocados?
Cleaning. Yeah, everything. Like apple juice. Like
that crazy son of a bitch. He took tomatoes, onions, and avocado and made something called guacamole, and then he ate it.
That's an addiction.
Why is it that the only good way to eat guacamole is with like tortilla chips?
Because God is good.
Like, tortilla chips are not good for you. Guacamole's kind of good for you, but what are you going to do? Like dip fucking celery and carrots in it? No. Fuck that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You need that oily, salty chip. Crunchy.
Yeah,
oily, salty,
I
crunchy.
agree.
I guess you could use like a really, like a ruffle. I think you could do like a ruffle potato chip.
But that's
How is
not
that
making
healthier?
it any healthier.
That's way worse.
I didn't say it was healthier. You just said, why do you...
No, Greg's point is that like you take a healthy dip and you put a very unhealthy chip into it, and then
Thanks, Kevin.
I think that's what's the point, right?
That's exactly the point. And we also learned that John Banks is obviously going to inherit the Ruffles family fortune. John Ruffles Banks.
Ruffles, not a sponsor.
I've been courting Lady Ruffle.
I'm still not 100% sure that Ruffles in guac would taste good, though.
I don't think it tastes bad.
In a French onion dip, perfect.
Oh, that's good. That's a
Perfect.
good combo.
Oh.
Man, is that delicious.
Oh my God, I'm erect
hungry.
right now just thinking about it.
You already getting a food boner?
That's his blood pressure shooting up, and he's like real close to a heart attack.
Hey, if you start sweating, that's like a number one symptom that people.
But I always
just got
sweat.
an erection, and my arm is numb. Is that bad?
It's not good. John's beard is turning purple. All right, guys. Hey, you remember the guys from Engine 31 Firehouse?
Oh,
well, it
yes.
was not clean off its
The guys that were playing a
foundation.
friendly game of Go Fish.
They were.
Could have been Canasta. We don't know.
Twos. Okay. So
Go fuck yourself. I have no fish. Go fish. Sorry.
the second story of the building collapsed into the first story.
Oh, that's not
What do you think
great.
happened to the fireman pole?
It survived.
I don't know. I'd like to find out.
Did the whole building slide down the pole?
Oh, maybe that happened.
And it became a strip club.
Coming to the
That's
stage.
how we invented strippers.
Fireman Steve.
You know how hard it would be to dance on a stripper pole if it's like all caked in molasses?
Or and a strip club full of dead people? That'd be bad.
Well, they don't have to stay there.
That's true.
Pour some sugar on me.
Molasses.
Okay, guys, so the nearby Cloudery house, meanwhile, was swept away and dashed against the elevated train platform.
What was it, Cloudery House?
Yeah.
No, what was
Martin
this?
Cloudery. I don't think I'm saying this right.
Was this the pencil?
Crawfordy.
What was
Doesn't
the pencil?
matter.
Is this the pencil place? Pencils and
That's
paper?
that guy's place, yep.
Yeah.
He, having just woken up, watched his home crumble around him before being thrown into the current.
Jesus.
Here's a quote from him. I was in bed on the third floor of my house when I heard a deep rumble, he remembered. When I awoke, it was in several feet of molasses. That'd be a weird way to fucking wake up.
Yeah, it is a very weird way to wake up.
He
Like you-
nearly
like you
drowned in
don't
the gooey
know.
whirlpool before climbing atop his own bed frame, which he discovered floating nearby. I don't know why this is funny.
I'm still
people
confused
died.
on how. I mean, I know
At
molasses.
the speed at which it's moving?
How does it go so fast?
Because it's a lot and it's coming out fast and it's still liquidy. So although
Liquidy?
it's viscous, yeah. Well, 35 mpgs, bud. Oh wait, not miles per gallon.
So it has to do when you
Per hour.
It has to do with the mass, velocity, and the viscosity of the substance. So even if it's a thick, it's just like dirt, right? Like dirt, like if you get a landslide going, it's dirt. The whole earth starts moving and it picks up speed because actually what is happening is because it has so much mass, as it goes, the mass increases the speed.
Okay.
Fucking science.
That's right.
Man, he's going to earn that Ruffles family fortune.
Lady Ruffle, hope you're listening.
No, baby. I'm sorry, baby. Please forgive me.
Okay, guys, so he jumped on his bed frame. That was floating nearby.
Very, very Mary Poppins of him.
He then used his makeshift boat to rescue his sister, Teresa. Oh, but the problem
That's
is...
pretty badass, though.
Pretty badass, but he couldn't save his mother or his younger brother.
Oh, Jesus.
Who were among those killed in the disaster.
How many people died in this molasses fuck up?
Getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
All right.
That's the climax.
Almost as... Yeah.
It's a weird climax.
It's the only
It's
way
like,
I can get off.
Ow!
that kind of climax, you assholes. And you don't know how story structure works?
What's a story?
Hey, here's the thing. I feel like we could laugh at all this shit now because those people would have been dead of natural causes by now.
Yes.
So,
Well, I mean, I think
One would think.
anytime there's a ridiculous death, you can laugh at it, even if it happened yesterday.
okay.
Like if someone, it'll put it this way: if someone died by getting hit by a banana that was going 3,000 miles per hour, that's funny, right? Like, sad.
It's definitely
funny.
funny. It's also
Yeah.
very alarming because should I be
What's
concerned
happened?
about 3,000 mile an hour bananas?
Well, the military's working on a banana gun, so
Well, guys, I give you permission to laugh at my funny death if I have one.
oh, I will. I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I've already got a list of ways you may die in a funny way.
Are they at your hands?
Well, I mean, I'm going to kill you in a clown costume. So
Well, what's great
sounds
about that
horrific.
is I get a good laugh out of that.
I'm going to choke you with a balloon animal I made.
Will you make me inhale the helium and then that way the last words I say are super funny?
yeah. You're like,
I'm not laughing. I'm dying. Be more
no,
like
that's you screaming.
Well, no, you are laughing though because he's the clown. So you're looking at him and you're like, John looks funny as a clown. Also, I'm dying.
Right. At
But
the hands of a
clowns
balloon
horrify
dog.
me.
So,
Very conflicted emotions.
yeah.
God, that's the worst way to die with conflicted
Yeah,
emotions.
you want to be clear on your emotions when you die.
You want to resolve them.
I think chemical burn is the worst way to die.
I think we're
You probably have conflict. No, you probably want it over
no.
with.
There's
Yeah.
definitely no confliction there. Like that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, funny way is when molasses.
I mean, that is a funny
crashes
way to
over
die.
you. Almost as quickly as it had crashed, the molasses wave receded, revealing a half-mile swath of crushed buildings, crumpled bodies, and waist-deep muck. Here and there struggled a form. Whether it was an animal or human being was impossible to tell, a Boston Post reporter wrote. Only an upheaval, a trashing about in the sticky mass showed where any life was. So first to arrive to the scene were 116 cadets under the direction of Lieutenant Commander H.J. Copeland from a training ship of the Massachusetts Nautical School that was docked nearby at the playground pier. The cadets ran several blocks towards the accident and entered into the knee-deep flood of molasses to pull out the survivors, while others worked to keep curious onlookers from getting in the way of the rescuers. The Boston Police, Red Cross, Army, and Navy personnel soon arrived. Some nurses from the Red Cross dived into the molasses, while others tended to the injured.
I believe it's dove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doved.
It's
not-
dived.
No, it's dived.
Dived.
Devad.
It's doved. So anyway, they jumped
So
in.
Dubs came in, saved the day.
It's 1/4 moisturizing cream.
That's not going to help. It's going to make things worse.
I don't know. Probably. So these people worked through the night. Rescuers found it was a fucking sticky ass fucking mess. Not great.
Pun
The most
intended.
dramatic rescue took place at the Engine 31 Firehouse. It's the third time we're talking about that place, where several of the trapped men from the lunchtime card game were trapped in a molasses-flooded pocket of space on the collapsed first floor. Workers freed the survivors after several hours of cutting away floorboards and debris, but not before one of the firefighters lost his strength and drowned in molasses. I'm assuming.
I don't know if that's worse than drowning in water or probably the same.
It's
probably
sweeter. It's way
definitely
sweeter.
The
sweeter.
effect is
Yeah.
the same. It is sweeter. So I guess you drink as much, you eat as much as you can. Then you get diabetes.
I'm kind of curious.
That's how he actually died.
That's how you actually die with diabetes.
They had to cut off his feet, and then he died. So, if you guys were to drown, would you hold your breath for as long as you could, or would you, once you realized you no longer had the strength to swim and you went underwater, would you hold your breath as long as you could, or would you inhale as deeply as you could?
I mean, I'd struggle to survive as long as possible, I think.
Even if you knew you could no longer swim.
I don't know if in that moment I would know that, like, I would be like, there's got to be a way. If movies have taught me anything.
Why didn't be a mermaid?
Why didn't Jack get on that goddamn board?
Yeah.
Why? It was so big.
Where's Ariel? Come save me, Mermaid Ariel.
I don't think there's a way to answer that fucking question, John.
I think
'cause when
I
you're
would like
drowning-
to think I would just inhale as deeply as I possibly could.
I mean, you're saving yourself like 30 seconds if you try and hold your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 30 horrible seconds.
Not great seconds,
Right? Like
I think it would be funny. Well, it wouldn't be funny, but if you thought of something funny and you tried to hold your breath and then you laughed and all the air came out of your body.
You shit your pants.
You remember this really funny joke you heard, and you're like,
You're like, Kevin shit his pants in a cold. Oh no, I drowned. I'm dying.
true story.
Oh my god! And then you shit your pants.
I mean, at that point, who cares, right? Like, I mean, you shit your pants
you're
while
in the
you're
ocean.
drowning?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter at all.
It's a good
No.
time to do it.
No.
The sharks are going to eat you and the poop.
Yeah.
They
And well, they're gonna eat your poop, and then they're gonna shit. It's gonna make them shit themselves, so they're gonna be super embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah.
Take that,
So at
shark.
the end, you got the last laugh.
Yeah. Yep.
You weren't there for it, but it's okay. Over the next several days, rescue workers continue to sift through the ruins, shooting molasses-trapped horses and recovering bodies. The human toll would eventually climb to 21 dead and another 150 injured, but many of the deceased remained missing for several days. The remains of one victim, a wagon driver named Cesar Nicolo, were not fished out of a nearby Boston harbor until almost 4 months after the flood. Da-da-da.
Was he molasses preserved?
He was. He's like honey. He never went bad.
Aw.
I like how it's the great flood of molasses. Like it's just like it's not
There was
really
a fucking flood, bro.
Yeah,
It was
I know,
their
but-
it was their 9/11. So,
Yeah, that's true.
It was.
21
cleanup
people.
crews.
yeah.
You want to know how they cleaned it up?
With
Paper towels.
ants. Lots of ants.
That's a brilliant idea, actually.
I don't think they had any choice about that. But cleanup crews used salt water from a fireboat to wash away the molasses and sand to absorb it. And the harbor was brown with molasses until summer. The cleanup in the immediate area took weeks with several hundred people contributing to the effort. And it took longer to clean the rest of the greater... Wait. It took longer to clean the rest of greater Boston and its suburbs. This shit fucking went. Man, quarter mile.
That's crazy.
Molasses.
That's crazy.
Fucking not good.
So
Rescue workers...
did the alcohol company, did they pay for this?
I'll get there.
Okay.
I have an answer to
God.
that.
God.
Can you not just answer my
Rescue
goddamn
workers-
question?
Yeah, seriously. John's got so
Okay,
many
I'll
so many insightful questions, and Greg's just like,
I'll
yo,
answer
get
it
there.
right fucking. I'll answer it right now. They put up a stink and said that it was probably domestic terrorism because people were against fucking having big ass fucking containers full
Did they
of
really?
molasses, and they ended up having to pay to family members $628,000 in damages, which is the equivalent of around $8 million today. So yeah, they had to pay some money.
Yeah, but did they have to fix shit, or did they just have to, like, I mean, how much is a life worth? I like to think I'm worth at least $75.
Well, you should know how much a life is worth because you talked about earlier this episode about hunting the most elusive game of all. Man, how much does that cost to get?
Yeah,
a permit?
but that's not monetary. That's just pure joy for John.
Yeah, yeah. You pay for the
you have
joy.
to pay for the permit.
Right, but you're paying for the joy,
the
not
permit
the
is
person.
expensive. That's true. That's fair. I like how they're like people just were not cool with having a big tank of molasses near them. Like that was their crusade back
Yeah.
then, so somebody sabotaged it. Like all the shit we got going on today, and it's just like a fucking tank of molasses was what was
Yep.
causing problems. Come on,
Well, that's what the United States Industrial Alcohol Company said. But nobody fucking believed them.
yeah. Of course they're gonna say
Yeah, they're
sabotage.
gonna be like, oh yeah, listen, all you all sabotage.
Sabotage.
How do you like them apples of molasses?
Yeah.
Pretty good. He's waiting for that Boston thing to do. So, let's see here.
And next came Ben Affleck.
Rescue workers, cleanup crews, and sightseers had tracked molasses through the streets and spread it to the subway platforms, to the seats inside trains and streetcars, to pay telephone handsets, into homes, and to countless other places. It was reported that everything that a Bostonian touched was sticky,
Yeah.
like your wiki.
Fair.
Is that why?
wake
Is
of
that
it-
why you're sticky, Greg?
That's why I'm Sticky Greg today.
Ah.
Deep.
In the wake of the disaster, the victims
Little
filed
pull
a
back on the curtain. Greg's screen name today is Sticky Greg. So there was a bit of foreshadowing in his name choice. Well done, sir.
You guys fucking boom, solved the mystery.
My screen name is John doesn't care about Greg's episode. It was foreshadowing.
Also foreshadowing. My screen name is Kevin's Gonna Get Drunk Tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, because you haven't had food, so yeah.
I have and it's a night.
And I have a drinking problem.
And I have a drinking problem. And my family's out of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you want to record this instead of masturbate?
Oh, I've got a schedule. We're fine. We're fine. But we are like we gotta move this along. You almost done or what?
Are they going to overlap?
Yeah, you can only hope.
He's all squirt, squirt, squirt.
Okay,
Rubby,
guys.
rubby,
So
rubby.
in the wake of the disaster, 119 different lawsuits. I already told you how much money they have to fucking pay out. It was
Was
pretty
Aaron
shitty.
Brockovich involved in this lawsuit at all?
She was not.
Okay.
Boring.
Still
What about Julia
kind of-
Roberts?
Kind of stinging from John's comment about his screen name. So I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
Just
This
keep
has been a
moving on.
fantastic episode. I forget how sensitive you are about everything I say to you. I apologize. You're a lovely human
Boy,
being.
that is not a great apology. You gaslit me a little bit.
That's not the best apology I've ever heard.
No, not
Wait,
great.
wait, wait. Let me try again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
4.
Nope. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings.
It's so hard for you, isn't it, John?
It's
To hold in the rest of what you want to
I'm
say
holding.
right now.
That's all I wanted to say from the bottom of my heart. I am sorry.
Okay, well that's good. I'm gonna start wrapping it up now. Okay, so in order for history to not defeat itself, many laws and regulations governing construction, especially when it came to sticky-ass molasses tanks, were changed as a direct result of the disaster, including requirements for oversight by a licensed architect and a civil engineer. You'd think they knew enough fucking before this.
Should have, yeah.
It was only like 100 years ago.
So I have a quick question. So I know you said that the company itself thought it was sabotage, but did they ever really find out what happened?
Oh, it was just over. The tank was not constructed well.
That's
was
it.
like-
It wasn't like a.
That
So
was
so it was
it,
basically
yeah.
just like they didn't. You know, I know they didn't. They didn't use enough caulk. Seriously, obviously we learned that earlier. But like, so it was just that. It was just that the tank wasn't constructed well enough for the molasses. It wasn't more than. Oh, interesting.
It just failed. It already was leaking, and it finally reached its limit. And 21 people died.
That's crazy to think about.
Not great. Not great. All right, guys. Time for last call.
Well, I'm not
sad.
going to eat any of the molasses cookies during Christmas.
I'm going to eat them all because I feel like to not eat them is dishonoring the lives lost.
Okay,
think
good, because I
John's
love
right.
molasses cookies. They're
They're
delicious.
fantastic. They really are.
They're good. Guys, as we tip one back to the fine, sticky people of Boston, we make fun of you a lot in this show. And for good reason.
We're gonna.
But
Please
we
don't.
would
They're very
not
tough
wish-
people. They're gonna kick our asses.
We would not wish such a terrible thing on any of you to happen again. But then again, if you could guarantee that no one would get injured or die, then I'd be willing to watch you guys run down the street from a flood of syrup. It could be like running with the bulls in Spain. And we could call it running with them assholes from molasses. And I think that's kind of catchy. Here, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Go out there and pour some syrup on your pancakes.
Pour some sugar on me,
In the name of...
Massachusetts.
Bye, everybody.
All right,
Thanks for
guys.
listening.